Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are well and enjoying Christmas. Before starting my video, like and subscribe my channel and share your horror experiences with me in the comments section. My grandmother had one strict rule. Every Christmas Eve, once the clock struck midnight, no one opened the door. She said Santa never knocked. He came through chimneys. And if you heard knocking, something else had arrived instead. We laughed at her superstition every single year. That Christmas, a heavy snowstorm knocked out our power. At exactly 11:47 p.m. the house fell into silence, only the ticking wall clock and the wind scraping against the windows. At exactly midnight, 3 slow knocks echoed through the front door. My father stood up, confused. My mother whispered that it was probably a neighbor needing help. My grandmother's face drained of color. "Don't answer," she begged. "Santa doesn't knock." The knocking came again, louder this time. Then a deep, cheerful voice spoke through the door. "Ho ho ho. I know you're awake. Our house didn't have a chimney." I peered through the frosted glass and saw a red sleeve and black boots standing unnaturally still. The air grew colder. The smell of damp wool filled the hallway. The voice chuckled softly. "Children who don't open the door," it said, "get taken instead." The door handle rattled as if someone tested it. Then suddenly, the knocking stopped. We waited, barely breathing. Heavy footsteps moved across the roof. Slow and deliberate, as if something incredibly heavy was walking above us. Nothing else happened that night. In the morning, the front door was unstuck and marked the snow. But the living room destroyed. The Christmas tree lay snapped in half. Ornaments were crushed beneath muddy boot prints. Under the broken tree sat a single present wrapped in old, yellowed paper. My name was written on the tag in shaky red ink. I never opened it. My grandmother burned it in the backyard, crying as it melted into black sludge. Every Christmas since, I hear knocking after midnight. And I still wonder if Santa doesn't knock. Who keeps coming? And why does he know my name? When I was 8 years old, my teacher told us to write letters to Santa. She said to ask for toys, games, or anything our hearts desired. I didn't ask for presents. I asked for my father to stop hurting my mother and me. I folded the letter carefully and mailed it. Anyway, 2 nights before Christmas, I woke up to heavy footsteps on the porch. There was no chimney in our house, but something climbed onto the roof regardless. The air smelled like metal and cold ash. Santa stood in my doorway, taller than any man I had ever seen. His suit looked stitched together from different fabrics. His beard was wet and matted. His eyes were completely black. "You asked for justice," he said softly. I nodded, unable to speak. He walked into my father's bedroom and closed the door behind him. There was no shouting, no struggle, just one short scream that ended abruptly. In the morning, my father was gone. The police found no signs of forced entry, no footprints in the snow, except deep boot marks that led nowhere. Everyone said he must have run away. Years later, after my mother passed, I found something hidden under a loose floorboard. It was my letter. On the back, written in red ink, were the words, "Be careful what you ask for. I always deliver." Every Christmas Eve since then, I hear bells outside my window. Sometimes I smell ash. Sometimes I hear footsteps on the roof. I never write letters anymore, but I wonder, did Santa save that night? Or did my letter invite something far worse into our home? And if he still remembers me, what happens when he decides I'm no longer innocent?
I work overnight security at a closed shopping mall. Christmas Eve shifts are usually quiet. Flickering lights, empty halls, plastic decorations left behind by happier people. That year, my shift started at 10 p.m. and the mall felt wrong from the moment I stepped inside. At 2:13 a.m. the motion alarm triggered. Near the food court Santa display, I checked the security monitors. Santa sat in his chair, perfectly still, then his head lifted slowly, joints creaking as if the costume was stiff with age. He looked directly into the camera and smiled. Too wide. The screen went black. I grabbed my flashlight and walked toward the food court, telling myself it was a malfunction. The smell of dust and old fabric grew stronger with every step. Santa's chair stood empty. When I arrived, behind me bells jingled softly. Too old to believe? A voice whispered close to my ear. I ran. Store gates slammed shut as I passed, trapping me. In the center hallway, heavy boots dragged behind me, uneven, wet. My radio crackled with laughter instead of static. I locked myself in the security office. On the monitor, Santa stood outside the door, his head tilted at an unnatural angle. His beard dripped black liquid onto the floor. You weren't on the nice list, he said calmly. He knocked once, gently. At 6 a.m., the morning guard found me hiding under the desk, shaking and crying. The security footage showed nothing unusual all night. No Santa, no alarms. But the Santa display was gone. The chair was empty. No decorations remained. That night, I found soot on my shoes and a red thread caught in my jacket zipper. So tell me, if Santa only visits homes, why did he come to the mall? And why did he know every bad thing I ever did?
We bought the house in October. The realtor mentioned the fireplace had been sealed for decades. She advised us not to use it. My son didn't care. He insisted Santa needed a chimney, and Christmas wouldn't work without one. On Christmas Eve, we heard scratching from inside the fireplace. Fine black soot fell onto the living room floor. The scratching turned into breathing, slow, heavy, and excited. My son smiled. He's coming, he whispered. The bricks began to crack. A pale face appeared behind the grate. Red hat, empty eyes, teeth too long, and too many. The smell of rot and smoke filled the room. This house has a chimney, Santa said. So I came. Something pushed forward. Bones snapped loudly as it tried to force itself through the narrow space. We grabbed our son and ran upstairs as the fireplace collapsed inward with a violent crash. Silence followed. In the morning, the fireplace was completely intact. No broken bricks, no soot, no damage. Our son insisted Santa had visited and promised to watch over us. Since then, strange things happen at night. Footsteps echo in the attic. Ash appears on the carpet. The fireplace glass fogs up from the inside. Our son leaves milk out every night. Even in July, he says Santa still watches us through the fireplace. He says Santa doesn't like it when we sleep on Christmas Eve. Why does my son wave at the fireplace when it's dark? And why does he say Santa is waiting for us to open it again? In my town, children disappeared every Christmas. Always after midnight. Always from houses without chimneys. Parents blamed kidnappers. Police found nothing. The cases went cold every year. My little sister vanished when I was 12. Years later, I became a police officer and volunteered for Christmas Eve patrol. Snow covered the streets. When I noticed fresh boot prints leading away from a quiet neighborhood, I followed them to an abandoned house on the edge of town. Inside, The air smelled like rust and pine. Toys were piled to the ceiling. Hundreds of them. Some were broken. Some were stained dark. A massive man in a red suit stood near a locked door. He was feeding something that growled softly from behind it. "Someone has to punish the naughty," Santa said calmly. I recognized my sister's bracelet, tangled among the toys. "She didn't deserve this," I whispered. Santa smiled. "Neither did most of them." He stepped closer. "You grew up nice," he said. "Do you want to help me?" I ran. Now every Christmas Eve, I warn parents to lock their doors, to cover fireplaces, and to never stay awake after midnight. I tell children to behave, not because of gifts, but because survival depends on it. Still, every year, someone disappears. So ask yourself, if Santa isn't real, who keeps coming? And why does he only visit when everyone is asleep?
I hope you liked this video. The Hollow chapter will return with more terror and horror. Like and subscribe to stay updated.